Yo, what up? Welcome to the channel. I'm Jesus and this is JDZcreates. In this video, as you can see by the title, this is a character designing video. Now, this is actually inspired by Slew And Tenhundreds contest that they got going on their YouTube channel and social media. If you don't know who Tenhundred or Slew are, I honestly don't know what you're doing, because they are amazing artists here on the YouTube and they create some awesome art. So I'll leave this video stuff and all that in the description down below to check it out. But the whole prompt thing is you gotta create a character, and you know, that's something that ain't new to me. I love creating characters out of thin air and stuff like that. It's something that I think I'm pretty good at. But the thing that I don't do and that is needed in this prompt is you need to have a backstory to it, and that's something that I kind of slack on doing. So it's definitely going to be a challenge, and I actually want to do something that, you know, is a little bit challenging, so I actually get myself out of my comfort zone and see what I can come up with. But I'm going to be painting it on this big old canvas right here. As you can see, it hasn't even been open yet. But also, I already got an idea down here on the old sketchbook, so I'll let you guys check that. But without further ado, if you like what you see during this video, drop a like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Without further ado, let's get started on that right away. Alright, brief interruption before I start the video. I actually didn't think that the story was going to be this freaking long, and for the remainder of the video in the time lapse, it's just going to be me reading the story as opposed to me talking about the process. So hopefully you enjoy, and I'll be back at the end of the video to wrap it up. Until then, enjoy the story. Thank you. Research has shown that humans have been around for 200,000 years. It was recently discovered that mushrooms have a history as far as 715 to 810 million years. Through the years of evolution, life forms go through various adaptations to survive the current habitats in which they occupy. Legend has it that while the first humans were just starting to colonize the earth, there was a species of mushrooms going extinct alongside. Scientists have named the mushrooms Hydenium Alma-Dios, or God's soul. The species of mushroom was believed to adapt to its environment by fusing and becoming one with the host that consumed it. Some believe that these mushrooms also expose the consumer to immortality and psychedelic powers of unbelievable magnitudes. According to the myth, there were only a handful of these mushrooms left while humans were starting to evolve. Out of the handful that were spread across the Amazons at the time, it is believed that 3 were consumed by humans. The remainder either died off or were eaten by insects or animals roaming the area. The only written sighting of one of these mushroom humanoids traces back to 1768, when a man by the name of Romeo Alvarez was traveling the Peruvian Amazon. He was in the middle of conducting research on the indigenous people when his dog started barking at an unusually large tree. This tree wasn't just the largest tree in sight, it also had the strangest of mushrooms growing from the bark. Described as having radiant red caps and protruding shimmering gold bulbs, the man was curious and approached the tree in fascination. Inching closer, he could feel as though time was slowing down, making each step an eternity to reach the tree. Upon reaching his finger to touch the bulbs, a pair of fluorescent green eyes struck open and emerged a female figure from the tree. Quickly, the figure ascended from the tree and appeared to have vanished into the light that shot between the trees. The man was blown back into reality to notice all that was left was the tree and his dog continuing to bark at it. Completely hypnotized by the moment, he went back to the office the following day to write about what he had just experienced. He reported the figure to have been a young woman with hazy brown hair and glittering gold skin. In that moment, he couldn't tell if it was a moment-induced hallucination or reality, but what he felt was that of no experience he ever felt. He went back several times to find this woman, only to be left with disappointment and no answers. He decided to call her Selena. As the years passed, Romeo got sick and still visited the tree every other week. As the sickness got worse, he would visit more frequently, hoping to talk to Selena before his time would come. On a rainy afternoon, he was awakened by a whispering in his ear, telling him to visit the tree. Unsure if it was his mind playing tricks on him or if it was actually Selena, he rose up and headed for the spot. Upon spotting the tree, they were there. The red caps he had seen years ago, almost as if he was taken back in time to that very moment. As he inched closer, he felt the presence of something unseen and unknown, similar to that day. He felt weaker with each step he inched closer, but also felt as if he was stepping into a new life. Upon getting a foot from the tree, those fluorescent green eyes and female figure he had seen before emerged from the tree's bark. He asked if it was Selena. She slowly appeared, her shy self from the camouflage, and told Romeo it was her. She had been with him in spirit the whole time since he encountered her. A warm, gentle feeling surrounded Romeo like a hug from the universe. All his aches and pains had disappeared. Selena inched closer to his face and touched his nose with the gentlest of touch. Completely frozen in the moment, Romeo felt that same feeling of not knowing if he was in reality or just dreaming. As Selena stood up revealing herself to Romeo, he couldn't help but stare and be mesmerized by the moment. Selena told him no other human had ever seen her or her tribe in history. He was one of the chosen ones. Confused and fascinated by the princess of her beauty, Romeo asked what she meant by chosen one. From the beginning of time, only a couple of people in his lifetime would ever see these fascinating entities, and it isn't revealed until time itself catches up to the moment. If these rare moments happen, the mushroom tribe can grant a wish to the encounterer. Like a genie, replied Romeo, but the wishes were very specific and could only be used to help nature and humanity, not for selfish reasons. So what is your wish, Romeo? Said Selena. Oh, great Selena, I promise that if you restore my health to excellent condition, I will use the remainder of my life to teach those in my community of the importance of nature and taking care of it. Selena looked at him with a sweet smile as she started the wish-granting process. She started a strange chant in a language unknown to Romeo, and suddenly it became singing. Like the voice of angelic being singing straight from the heavens itself onto Romeo's eardrums. Suddenly, Romeo felt possessed and followed along with the singing in a trance-like state. Completely engaged in the ritual, a glowing light shot out of Selena's entire being and engulfed Romeo completely from head to toe. His clothes were disintegrated into the air as his whole body went through a transcendental rebirth. As what felt like years passed, Romeo got a final glimpse of Selena as she slowly dissolved into the light coming from the sky. Thank you, Selena, Romeo said as she waved before disappearing. After snapping back into the usual reality, Romeo realized he was naked in the Amazon. But now he could move without aches and pains. He could bend his body in ways he could only when he was younger. This all felt really strange considering he was 67 years old. He got up and ran as fast as he could home to start his quest of spreading the importance of protecting nature and using it to improve our lives. He shared his stories of the encounters with Selena and that transformative day for the rest of his life. Many started following in his footsteps to help preserve nature. Some even tried to search for the magical mushroom humanoids in search of the wish, but no one has encountered any since that day. Some say Romeo lived to 143 years old before he died. Others say he hasn't died and left to the Amazon in search for the mushroom tribe again. Others even speculate that he became one of them once he died. No one knows where the remains of Romeo are, but they know that the legacy of the mushroom tribe and Romeo live on. Alright, wrapping it up here, folks. That was actually the story of Selena, and yes, that was a very long story. I really don't know how that whole story came out of my mind in literally like 40 minutes, but it came out, and I feel like there was a reason that I had to write the story. So thank you, Slew And Tenhundreds, for hosting this contest. Appreciate you guys listening, and let me know if you like the story, the painting. Drop it down in the comment section below. Don't forget to rate, comment, share, subscribe for all that good stuff. Until next time, y'all, keep it easy, keep it trill, keep creating. Peace and love. Until next time, I'm out.